achieved in terms of your profile and your views, are you not just delaying the inevitable? Governor Perry has another special session that is scheduled. This bill that would ban abortions after 20 weeks is likely to become law.
Well, I don't think it's ever acceptable to concede the argument on incredibly important issues like this. And what we saw in the Capitol last week really was people who have grown weary of our politicians trying to boost their own political careers on the backs of women by bullying them and others, honestly, in order to promote agendas that help them personally. These are matters of personal liberty. In Texas, we hold very dear to intrusions against our personal liberty. We fight very hard against that. And we will fight as we begin the session again on Monday.
But go ahead, finish your thought. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I don't think that we'll concede that the battle is over. And even if this bill passes, obviously there will be challenges to it going forward.
The issue with banning abortions after 20 weeks is actually not as divisive, frankly, as other parts of the abortion debate. You look at some recent polling, which I can put up on the screen, indicating even among women, there's 50% support for a 20-week abortion ban. Does that concern you, that you're fighting on a particular battleground that is pretty evenly viewed?
This is an omnibus bill, David, that includes 4 different provisions, one of which would leave Texas with only 5 clinics in a state as large as we are, one of which would dramatically decrease the number of doctors who are able to function in this arena. And with that, the turning back of the clock and putting Texas in a place where women's health care, their ability to seek good health care for their reproductive decision-making would be seriously foreclosed. And the experts in this arena, the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology, is warning us, if you do this in Texas, you are putting women's health care in a very dangerous place.
Senator, do you think a 20-week ban on abortion is acceptable? Do you think it's reasonable?
Right now, that ban, of course, is being talked about because of the idea of fetal pain. And at the constitutional level, what we, of course, have assured is that women have the ability to make these reproductive decisions up to the point of viability. That has to remain the key question here. And of course, when we're talking about that particular issue, there are very, very few. It's used more as an emotional trigger point as part of the argument. But remember, it's a huge omnibus bill that involves many, many other aspects to it that are setting Texas back in.
Let me get reaction to you from Governor Perry's comments about you personally, which a lot of people reacted to. We'll put it on the screen.
What did he say?
She's the daughter of a single woman. She was a teenage mother herself. She managed to eventually graduate from Harvard Law School and serve in the Texas Senate. It's just unfortunate that she hasn't learned from her own example, that every life must be given a chance to realize its full potential and that every life matters.
You don't accept the notion that while he was certainly disagreeing with you, he was holding up your life story in a way to compliment you?
David, my life story is something, obviously, that belongs to me very personally. And the fact of the matter is that I had choices and chances and opportunities that were provided to me based on the way I was able to direct my own decision-making. And what I'm working to fight for is to make sure that all women have the ability to do that. I think some of the comments that he made really demeaned the high office that he holds, and I think that's why we saw such a strong reaction to it.
Senator Davis, thank you very much for your time this morning. I appreciate it. Back to our round table in just a couple minutes left. Pete Williams.